You know what I love about using IPs to make horrible movies? Well, honestly, nothing. And today I'm going to show you one of the biggest waste of times, one of the biggest waste of money, one of the biggest waste of everything. No, I'm not talking about that. Ah, yes, Avengers Grimm. A film so boldly unoriginal, it managed to rip off two completely different franchises, and even with a little hint of potential, still ultimately makes a horrible, weird, and honestly boring at times movie. This, folks, is what happens when copyright law meets laziness and budget restraints. Look, I'm not the type of guy to make long rant review videos, but you know what? Maybe it's time for me to spread my wings into a different side of YouTube. You see, I'm a big Marvel fan, and even though it's been a while since I've seen anything fairy tale related, I still enjoy hearing and listening and reading the stories of princesses and fairy tales of the past. So you know what? Why not? I decided to go on and started to watch this film and maybe even give a little notoriety for this movie. Sometimes I believe that people are a little too hard on certain films just because a character didn't do this or something else was supposed to happen but didn't happen. And I was like, you know what, let me give this film a shot. And well, I gave it a shot, and suddenly I wish I would have given it a different shot. Today we're diving headfirst into this 2015 mockbuster disaster that is known as Avengers Grimm. Now, this film was released in March 17, 2015 and was directed by Jeremy M. Inman, who has done, let's just say, more films and sequels of this type of caliber, and was distributed by the Asylum Productions. Now, you might be saying, Asylum Productions, why does this ring a bell? Well, surprisingly, Asylum Productions has made some successful films. Probably the most famous is Sharknado, but they have also done other films such as Transmorphers, Method Gators, Aquarium of the Dead, Five-Headed Shark Attack, Izzy's Way Home, and Titanic 666. Yes, Titanic 666. Who would ever watch this type of movie? Now, as a creepypasta, hold on. Anyways, let's talk about why this movie sucks to begin with. Now, first off, you can clearly tell this is some sort of cash grab for two different franchises. First off, it's Marvel's Avengers. Now, we all know that Marvel's Avengers has done incredible in the box office, and at this time, Avengers Age of Ultron was going to premiere. And the other thing that it copied was a show known as Once Upon a Time. Now, it's some sort of like drama show where a lot of fantasy characters are set in real life and stuff happens. I remember vividly it airing in TV. I think like 7 seasons was produced, but it was pretty popular at the time. So they decided to merge both of these to create Avengers Grimm. But instead of it being a huge blockbuster just like Age of Ultron or any of the other Avengers films, it ended up at the Walmart $5 bin. And that's honestly being nice to it. I can't be too mean. There are some little things that they've done correctly or things that I like. Some of them were the casting. Snow White and all the princesses were attractive ladies, with some maybe should have just kept quiet. We have Snow White, who is our main character, the leader of the group. She's like the Captain America Iron Man, and yeah, she's always mad. She has this permanent scowl which resonates in the film most of the time, which I understand the situation is dire, but no smiles or any other emotion, just mad, just this like vengeful emotion. All right, but I mean, we have Red Riding Hood. She's like the Hawkeye, Black Widow of the group. She's edgy, she's the archer, she can kill a lot of people and look badass doing it. And wait, is that her? Oh. I mean, we have Rapunzel. She's also here. She has personality. She's fine. I mean, she can use her hair as a like whiplash attack. I mean, it could have been better, honestly. She just put a mace or something in the back of her head. She could have done like a Bianca Belair thing or Sindel type thing. Cinderella's also here. She's, you know, the moral support of the group. She's the one to kind of like make sure everyone is sticking together and is kind of the glue holding the group together. She's not that bad. And we have Sleeping Beauty, which has the powers to put people to sleep. But you know what? It's time to talk about the villains. Let's talk about the boys. Rumpelstiltskin. He's played by Casper Van Dien. Dine. I think it's Dine. Yeah, I think he's German, so it's Dine. Anyways, I didn't wish to dine. He wasn't that bad, but you can clearly tell this isn't the best film to suddenly go for an Oscar performance. What about the wolf, who is just an MMA fighter trying to act like a wolf? Hooray. But you know what? This film has top tier actors. It has legends in the game, as we bring in Lou Ferrigno as Iron John, who is a apparently this guy who wants peace in the world. Yeah, I didn't really get that at first, and I'll talk about it more later on, but his character morally is in the good side, but is the antagonist of the film until the end. I don't know. I mean, he's there, he delivers his lines, he's Lou Ferrigno, he's a legend. That's pretty much it. And also there's this secretary lady, I forgot her name. She's pretty bad.
Mayor's not here. In a minute, this place is gonna be swarming with security, and you guys have to get out of here now. You'll have to come back. That asshole is gonna change the security.
Alright, you know what? Enough about the cast. What about the effects?
What'd you do that for?
Oh wow. You know what? I'm being too mean. This is some sort of indie film, cash grab. I don't know why I'm expecting this some sort of Avengers level type of film. I shouldn't have my hopes up so high for this film. That's readily available here on YouTube, so you can go watch it if you want, or you can go for this little summary that I'm gonna give you right now. Alright, so Snow White and Prince Charming's kingdom has been attacked by the evil Rumpelstiltskin with his head honcho, the wolf. And as Rumpelstiltskin tries his hardest to remember his lines and not go into improv,
I will leave this squalid little pile of cobblestone you call a kingdom.
they have a little tussle as they find out that Prince Charming is dead. As they're tussling over the magic mirror, he opens a portal to our world and drags Snow White through it. Oh, by the way, the other princesses are right there. They don't do anything. I mean, the wolf's trying to stop them. Apparently, Red Riding Hood has beef with the wolf.
We can help each other. This affects all of us.
I'm here for one reason, to kill the wolf. I got you this far. Your little mission is just that, yours.
I know they're going through the story, but they just stand there, okay? Anyways, both of them are transported to the great city of Los Angeles, which with this climate, good luck. Anyways, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Rapunzel, and the Red Riding Hood join forces to save Snow White and stop Rumpelstiltskin. Apparently, the magic mirror has been broken, and so Rumpelstiltskin apparently has combined himself with the magic mirror. I know the magic mirror is supposed to be similar to the Tesseract, but it just doesn't make any sense. So he has all these strong powers, but is connected solely with the mirror. In this first film, there's still a bit of sense you can make, as he's trying to grab the mirror so he can go back and forth to his land and back to the real world. Let's just say things get very interesting in the other films. Anyways, the girls suddenly get stopped by these corrupt police officers, and after basically taking them down with the help of Snow White, they decide to go on and get ready, but they gotta look good doing it. So, time to read some magazines. With this, Rumpelstiltskin makes a plan to take down Snow White and her gang once and for all. He is also the mayor of Los Angeles, by the way, as he brainwashes people to take over the city of Los Angeles and eventually the world. So, I know Rumpelstiltskin is supposed to be the Loki type character of the series, but Casper Van Dien, let's just say, he tries to act like Tom Hiddleston without being Tom Hiddleston.
Do that, and I won't send you home to your wife. Like that. Now go do your job!
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention there was a 6-month time skip. Yeah, apparently even though the girls didn't leave like not that long ago to compare to Snow White and Rumpelstiltskin, 6 months have passed and he's almost done controlling all of Los Angeles. Heck, I think it's stated that he controls all of the police force, yet he still can't capture one woman whose ice abilities is similar to a McDonald's ice cream machine. Anyways, Red Riding Hood, who I forgot to mention, decides that she's gonna be in her lonesome. She's her own lone wolf, which is kind of ironic now that I think about it. But before she can confront the wolf, she actually incurs the wrath of the local gang and their leader, Iron John. John, he believes in order and he doesn't tolerate any chaos and destruction.
I'm a man that appreciates order. You upset that order? We got cops sniffing around here. That'd be bad. You say you didn't do it. Prove it. Who did?
Which makes sense why he decided to team up with the villain, who has teamed up with the man who has destroyed and turned Los Angeles into a big chaotic nightmare. Very smart. Red finally reunites with her teammates, and eventually there is a heart-to-heart regarding Cinderella and Little Red Riding Hood.
When the war broke out, there were only a couple of us in my village who could fight. Most of my family were farmers and hunters. Obviously, we weren't getting help from the royals. When the wolf came, he killed everyone. Everyone but me. It was like he wanted me to watch it.
That was his mistake. But you have to realize you are better off with us than on your own.
I'm not going to wait around for you and the Queen to play heroes.
None of us are playing at anything. Rumpelstiltskin locked Rapunzel in a tower and burned her kingdom to the ground. Briar's kingdom has been under siege since this war began. No one has been in or out. I can't even imagine what it's like in there. You know what he did to Snow White's husband. And my husband, he still lives, but he's one of his thralls. You think royalty is a luxury? It's not. It makes you a target. We are not heroes. We're Avengers.
He said it! He said it!
So, you know how Rumpelstiltskin has these brainwash abilities? So he turns these brainless, mindless zombies into beings known as thralls. And he turns Little Red Riding Hood into one, while the other princesses try to team up Avengers style, but ultimately fail. Anyways, you remember the secretary that I talked about earlier? Yeah, she's also there as the assistant to Rumpelstiltskin. I thought she was mind-controlled the whole movie until we get into the part where she's, you know, with Cinderella and Snow White, and she gets completely back to normal. And she's helping the girls to take down Rumpelstiltskin before he captures Red Riding Hood and Snow White. The thing is, her acting doesn't seem like that. Oh yeah, by the way, she dies. I thought this was gonna be some sort of like Agent Coulson, you know, it's time to be the Avengers type moment. It wasn't. We forgot about her at the end of the film. Anyways, at this time, Cinderella's also taking care of the magic mirror, and she also has some badass moments to go with it. Look, I'm trying to make this movie as good as possible without actually showing the complete movie. Anyways, you know what? I'm tired. It's time for the third act, and we get to see it fully as Red Riding Hood takes down her friend Cinderella. Oh, by the way, apparently there's some sort of Hawkeye and Black Widow relationship where they're friends from the past. In this universe, they were friends because they were both from the hood, they were from the trenches, but Cinderella married to a rich guy. A Little Red Riding Hood felt betrayed, but now Cinderella's fighting for everyone. So there's that storyline. And so anyways, we get this badass fight where Red Riding Hood fights Cinderella. Anyways, a bunch of the thralls are coming from the portal similar to the Battle of New York from Avengers. Rapunzel tries to take on Iron John, who at first clearly decimates Rapunzel, but eventually sees the error of his ways and decides to take initiative by destroying the portal by just collapsing the car parking lot. Wait, it was that easy to destroy the portal? Couldn't you just throw like a car into it? Like, I mean, the portal from Avengers was like up in the skies, and it took them to use the failsafe that the Dr. Professor guy was using to stop the machine. Does the portal stop when it gets filled up with something? Is it like a wormhole where you have to like stop it? Do you have to put like a cork in it, like a bottle? I don't know. There could have been a better way for Lou Ferrigno to be in just this film and sacrifice himself. He could have done it against Rumpelstiltskin or something. I don't know. He sacrifices himself to stop the thralls from entering the real world. Also, what's stopping Rumpelstiltskin from making another portal?
John. Well, the portal's closed. You do realize I could just open another one, right?
Yeah. Anyways, after Red Riding Hood got her revenge against the wolf, which happened very quickly because the wolf was focusing on Sleeping Beauty, the princesses finally reunite to help Snow White as Snow White decides to do the ultimate sacrifice.
No more deals!
Rumpelstiltskin hits them with a fake out as he tries to leave through the portal, and as Sleeping Beauty for some reason has sort of like revelation in order to stop the mirror. You know, they tell her to keep the mirror open so they can capture Rumpelstiltskin because Rapunzel was able to catch him. I don't know why she couldn't control him and she immediately went to just stepping on it, because now they're stuck there forever and Snow White dies. Yeah, anyways, Rumpelstiltskin gets red skulled. The thralls that were mind controlled are finally able to have free will as the police basically gives us so much exposition and prepares us for the next Avengers film.
You're just gonna live happily ever after.
But remember, this is a Marvel film they're ripping off, so you know there's gotta be some end credits. Yeah, this movie wasn't really good. I know I didn't give the movie full-on justice with this summary, but honestly, I think it's better for you guys to waste 20 minutes, 15 minutes compared to an hour and 25 minutes. That's an hour and 30 minutes of my time wasted, is what I would have said if I didn't watch it 2 times. I watched this 3 hours. I wasted 3 hours of my life on this film just for me to say that it was bad. See, the problem with doing these type of videos is, while yes, I can show you and point out the obvious of why these films suck, does it even matter in the first place? Yes, I could say that the cast of characters are very poor. The best character was Rumpelstiltskin, who felt like he was trying to do his best Loki impression, which in turn turned into a parody, which was very bad. The princesses were mostly used for eye candy. I don't want to be the guy that wants to critique actors because I'm not an actor myself. God damn, a lot of these actors are very bad, you know, trying to do their lines, especially Snow White and Sleeping Beauty, and including the secretary. Again, I thought she was gone back into her thrall state when she was supposed to be freed. Like, I didn't know, is she supposed to be like a robot or something? And as for Lou Ferrigno, I mean, a bag is a bag, so I understand that. You know, I was trying to find out how much this film made, but I realized this film just gets hoarded out to any streaming service available. Again, you can find this in YouTube. Apparently this was in Netflix for a while and Tubi, so you can honestly find this anywhere. Again, this film was pretty bad, and it sucks because there was a lot of missed potentials with this. Again, I could say that if we had better actors or better production equipment, better effects, that this film could have been a top tier film that could rival the MCU. But at the end of the day, it's just a cash grab, so it makes sense. It's comparable to a YouTube short film, and honestly, it makes so much sense, and probably would have been better if it was a YouTube short film, but it's a movie produced by a B movie film company, so I can't really give it the benefit of the doubt to that. But yeah, that was the film Avengers Grimm. What did you guys think, you know, with my not just summary of the film and analyzing the cast and giving you guys my thoughts, but also this type of style? I know this isn't the best style you can go to anywhere else, like I'm no Daniel the Demon Slayer, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and honestly, there are more videos to come. I mean, they are the sequels. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Oh, also, by the way, I just made it an Instagram, so please join and join all the other socials too. Alright, now for real. Bye.